Cheers, trainers! It's Marston Lad from PVP Finland, and we are about to serve you something completely new to our channel. The Finnish PVP scene is full of great battlers, but even more importantly, great people and personalities. We at PVP Finland wanna start giving the players their time in the spotlight, so we've started doing in-depth interviews to cover their stories. The obvious starting point is, naturally, Tatti, the reigning Finnish regional champion, top 50 in Silph leaderboard, and the highest rank in all GBL seasons so far. Quite frankly, he's the most complete battler in Finland currently. Let us know in the comments below if you enjoy this type of content, and also if you have any ideas who you'd like to get to know in the Finnish PvP scene next. We are open for suggestions. Keep on pushing those thumbs up to show your love for Tatti, and now let's hear it from the man himself. How on earth did he got so good at PvP?
I'm going to have the honor to spend the next hour or so with the reigning Finnish champion, our national winner, Tatti336427. Did I get the lottery correct?
Very, very correctly. Very proud of you.
I like numbers.
Numbers are fun.
Yeah, it's a strength in PvP if you like your numbers. You are going
it really is. It really is.
So your name and the numbers, maybe that's a starting point. So what's the story behind this nickname?
Nickname. As you know, Tatti in Finnish means this sort of a specific mushroom we have in the Finnish nature. And that's been my nickname basically my whole life, in real life. So, and that's also been a common nickname for me, anything online related. So when the game came out and I decided to try it in 2016, I decided to go with the traditional Tatti. But of course, the plain Tatti was taken already. So then I tried to put the 33 behind it. 33 is my old jersey number from my football days. I played football, 12 years. So that's the number I chose in the back of the nickname. But that was also taken. So then I put a string of numbers from my phone number, like the last four are from my real life phone number, and the 2 and the 7 in the very end are also my birth dates. So 7th of February is my birthday. So that's where that came into my phone number and in the end to the Pokemon GO nickname. So that's the story of the nickname.
Nice. So there really is a story behind the numbers.
There really is. But probably if I would have known that I would have been playing this game like after 5 years or something, I would have maybe chose something else. But then I just didn't know. I just wanted to try the game out because it was so hype in the I guess the whole public. So yeah, that's why I just came up with something and kind of stick with it now, I feel.
And hey, for the English-speaking audience, I checked out what Tatti is according to dictionary, and apparently there is a term called bolit, bolette, boletus.
Once I looked at it would be bolitus in English, but I believe that isn't quite something that Tatti is in Finnish, but I'm not sure about the nuances on the language right there. But yeah. That's what I would say if I would describe what Tatti is in English. That's how I would say it.
Mushroom with this big round hat, like the Among Us Pokemon.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so I think that's important to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Actually, if you want a story why my nickname is Tatti in real life.
even better.
When I was something like 1 year or 1.5 years old, or basically very, very young, I have an older sister who is a little over a year, something like 1.5 years older than me. She couldn't really pronounce my birth name, Sebastian, really at all. So whenever she talked about me, she used Tatti as a name. Nobody knows why, but that's just stuck in the whole family. Then it went into school somehow, and it just snowballed after that.
Yeah, I guess it was easier to say. That's a cute story actually, and I like that you are wearing the name proudly to this day. That's like I think that's super cool. But hey, let's dive deeper into you and your story. So you started Pokemon right away when it came out, and you also got into PvP straight away, right into the deep end, because you were the winner of first ever Silph Arena ranked tournament here in Finland, the legendary Boulder Cup in Helsinki back in January 2019. Mm-hmm. So you really had a big bang as the beginning of your PvP career, and you have basically continued on that road ever since and grown even bigger and bigger. Like you must be a giant mushroom by now.
Yeah, basically that's my history. Like as you said, I started the game in 2016. I believe it was 1 day after the game officially came out in Finland. So that's the day I started. And just play the game normally. Never really grinded like super hard, like some players have done. But I've done my gameplay. I have been kind of mostly a daily player from the beginning. And then when the PvP came out, I was intrigued by it and wanted to try it out, and I did like it at the beginning. And then I saw the ads from the Silph Arena and Silph Road Reddit, so that they are organizing these sort of competitions and tournaments based on different themes and such. But that sounded fun to me, and I looked at the map that there was a local Finnish tournament. It was going to be organized, so I looked at that's great. Okay, let's try and join that and see how it goes, and is it fun or not? And the tournament went very, very well, and I did sweep it 5-0 back in the day, and I always kind of romanticized to this day that it's kind of cool that I won the very first Finnish tournament and also my first ranked tournament as well. So I kind of, I don't know, romanticized that a little bit. I think it's kind of cool that I did that.
One thing I want to say in your favor related to that is that I think you were basically the only player with team of unique 6, because everybody else was running like double or triple Skarmory and double Medichams. And that was kind of my like my own rule basically, because I didn't like the multiple species, in a team rule that the Silph had in the first month. I didn't really like that rule at all back then, so I just decided to use a team of unique Pokemon. So that's why I went with, and did well anyway. Yeah, it's like justice prevails, like law of karma or something.
Yeah.
You were the one who won it, and then they quickly changed the rule and have not gone back since. Right. So if I jump back to your PvP career. We got started in the Kaivopiha Boulder Cup, and then you basically started steamrolling ever since. And in the first season, you were one of the 2 players who reached the global top 100, along with Salkku87 here in Finland. And I think you were, let me check real quick, where you ended in the first season, somewhere in the top 10. Do you remember? Number 7, I think.
In Finnish rankings. Like the only thing I remember from the ending of season 1, that I performed pretty strongly throughout the whole season, but I performed really poorly in the last month of my weighted cup, and that kind of tanked my rating. Yeah, that's even clearly my worst weighted tournament in all of my PvP career, easily. But that was at the time when I wasn't able to participate in any live tournaments. I always got something else on my life going on at that point where live tournaments were on. So I only entered a couple of remote ones, and those were only 4 rounds. And it was also weird that I weighted the Twilight Cup, which I ended up going 1-3 in, and we had another 4-rounder with the same Go Stadium lobby. We did a Boulder Cup, and I swept that 4-0. So ranking could have been very different if I would have weighted differently. But that's like any battler has that sort of a story, that if one would have weighted a different tournament, the way rankings would be way different. So everybody has those stories.
So continuing with your story from season 1, we come to season 2, and at that point, all these Go Stadium and EPL leagues are running steadily. You are increasing the amount of tournaments you are participating in. And
I was.
And I see that you, like, ever since you began, you've always had good results. Like you have always been a winning player, and like top 10 or even top 5 in Finland. But I feel like the turning point came around somewhere in the beginning of last year, when we started the mega tournaments here in Finland with all the COVID things happening, and quarantine and all that. And you were the first one to sweep the first mega tournament here in Finland.
Yeah, yes, I was.
The Toxic Cup. For the Finnish people, I think that kind of started the Tatti era.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to get, for sure. And that was one of my goals during the season, to get because I have gotten a couple of 5-0s during season 1. So that was one of my goals for season 2, to get a 6-0. But then it ended up being a 7-0 before any 6-0. So I was definitely really happy with that one.
And was that actually the tournament that got you up to the elite rating, or was that the next?
No, it was actually the regionals that got me to elite. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And that leads to the next chapter of your story. So you went and swept Finnish Regionals.
This very chair I'm sitting on.
And that was quite something, quite a performance. And you were crowned the Finnish National Champion, which is a big thing here.
Yes, so. It was and is for me still. It is very cool, and I'm really honored to win that one, because Finland has a lot of great battlers, especially nowadays.
From there on, you kept on doing well in tournaments, and you also started streaming somewhere down the line last summer, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that started? What ignited you streaming?
Basically, that was by accident because the Finnish PVP scene decided to do I believe it was a GBL duo stream with me and Heinz at some point in the summer. And I had some technical difficulties, which led to the fact that it was really a Heinz GBL stream. And I kind of felt quite bad about that. So I decided to compensate the community a little bit and decided to do my own stream a couple of days later on my own Twitch channel. And it has been growing bit by bit, both nationally and internationally.
I have been also watching your streams, so it feels weird to see you and hear you and actually being able to talk to you and not just typing on the chat.
Yeah, because basically it's the exact similar setting I have now than when I'm streaming.
Yeah, and then you've also been involved in My PVP Academy.
Yeah,
streams and videos in YouTube.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So how did that happen? How did you join that?
Well, that was a kind of a coincidence as well. The Count Chivius, who is referred to as the dean in the academia, who was the founder of the channel and the concept, basically. He was in the same European or EPL lobby as me, Henksuli, and a couple of other Finnish battlers that decided to start the EPL lobby kind of around the same time. So Count Chivius was in that lobby, and we battled a couple of times in that lobby. And when the academia started, he must have remembered both me and Henksuli at least, and probably seen a couple of streams from us both, I feel. And then just one day he asked whether I would like to join his Silph meta discussion panel. I believe it was the Sunrise that I did first, because it was the first cup this season.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided if I wanted to do the meta discussion panel, and I said, yeah, for sure, that's gonna sounds fun. Let's do it. And he has been asking me to do those ever since. So here we are. The one thing that is kind of hard in those meta discussions is the thing that I do like to help people and discuss about the meta, but I am also a competitive human being in the PvP aspects. And it's a little bit of a balance to tell people something valuable, but also maybe try and keep some strategy or some useful information on myself only as well.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point, and I have watched them quite a bit, and I feel that you pro PvPers, you just know so much. So if you like, there's the tip of the iceberg that the regular guys like me understand, and then there's so much more under the surface. So just like raising 50% of the iceberg up from the water, you already share valuable information and still are able to leave some hidden pieces of information just for yourself.
Yeah. Like I don't see a point if I'm on a discussion panel and don't share anything valuable. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I know that people from the communities I battle with do watch those sort of streams. So then I don't really want to reveal something maybe a little bit more obscure, let's say, that I want to still take advantage in my tournaments.
Yeah,
but still, like I said, I don't want to be that like zero information guy. I do want to share something valuable and useful for people to take into their tournaments as well.
Yeah, and it can get real complex mind games if you're talking to players you are going to be up against. Like I remember Picasso 87, one top Finnish player, saying that in the meta discussion, he said that he won't be using an elite charge TM on his Blaziken. And then he did, and he was hoping that somebody would remember.
Yeah,
the opponents would remember that he stated that never going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
To be able to surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Like, things you can also kind of mind game already like that in the discussion, but I don't think at least I can't remember that I've mind gamed that hard, or have I?
At least you haven't got caught yet.
Yep.
But I don't know if it's the mind games or what, but you have done something correctly. So the story continues. Wait, this gets even better. So currently in the Finnish competitive scene, the Silph tournaments, you have gone 3 tournaments in a row undefeated. And that's huge.
There's actually, I remember we did a Circus Cup tournament just before the new season started. So it was around late September, I feel. And then, like you said, I swept the 3 Finnish mega tournaments in a row. And then there was also a couple of Nordic tournaments as well, where I went, I either swept or in one tournament I lost to Savage Boy once. And then we had one recommended tournament during Christmas time, which I also swept. And then we started to do the local draft league. And in that one, I lost my final match in the group. So I realized when I lost that draft match that I didn't lose a single best of 3 competitive match in around 5 months to Finnish players. And even if you count in Nordic players, in that 5-month period, I lost once to Savage Boy, who is a around top 10, top 15 player in Silph. So I found that stats to be quite amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I doubt that a streak like that will ever happen in the Finnish PVP scene again. So I'm wondering, you've always been a good player, like we've discussed ever since the beginning, ever since sweeping your first ever tournament. You've always been a top player, but it seems that for this season you have managed to find still one more gear in your engine. So do you have some special pill, or what did you do to get this advantage for this season? Do you have any secrets to share?
You know what's the honest opinion on me about that?
Yeah,
I have absolutely no idea. Basically, I very much changed my preparation process for Silph tournaments in the middle of season 2, because I learned to team build better. But after that, my process for preparing for tournaments has been pretty much the same after that. So I'm not sure what really happened. Maybe it's just that I've been one of the most persistent players on the circuit, probably local wise, I mean. So I've done the preparation work, and I've done a lot of battles compared to a lot of other battlers, and maybe that's just given me maybe quite a good intuition on the game, like muscle memory wise, due to a lot of battles. Also quite a good intuition how matchups go in general, and maybe recognize those win cons maybe just a little bit sooner that some other people. But honestly, I don't have a better answer than that. I really don't.
Yeah, so the differences are marginal at the top. So like one fast move can decide a single set. So for somebody to be able to optimize on that single fast move when the other one can't, so that might be just the edge you need.
Yeah, maybe you can optimize maybe 1 second of gameplay better than the other person, and that's gonna decide a whole match.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's part of the like intuition and muscle memory that just sticks into you after battling those 10,001 games in Great League.
Battling a lot and also watching a lot of YouTube and Twitch and stuff from battlers better than me.
So with this rate, you quickly run out of better players to watch, since you are nearing the top rankings at Silph. You are currently sitting at 62 global rank. And last season you ended at 159, so that also shows that you have been improving.
Yeah.
So what's your take? I mean, you have been dominant in the Finnish and Nordic scene. So how do you feel in a more global scale, like all the international best players? So where are you currently? How do you feel about your skill and position?
Well, I definitely don't feel that I am the best player in the world, or not maybe even one of the best players in the world, but I feel that I can compete and I'm able to win anyone in the world. That I do feel. So kind of that's my take on how I feel my skill level is. Because I do feel like I very often feel like if I battle against let's say, like I participated in the London's Finest Cup last Saturday, and during the 5th round I battled Tenacity, who is a very, very strong player, ranked 1, I believe, in UK. And like in that match, I entered that match feeling that I am definitely the underdog. Like against these really famous and what I consider the best battlers in the world, I really feel I am the underdog, but I also feel that I can win them.
So in addition to you being awesome at battling, you have also been like a major force in the Finnish PVP scene also. Ever since PVP came out, you have been like all over the place, part of many things. You were one of the coaches, one of the mentors in the Mentor Cup, and you participated in a couple of our promo events in local shopping malls, where like showcasing Pokemon GO PVP to local people and the youngsters. And you have been participating in the streams here in Finland as a battler and as a host, as a shoutcaster. So you have done quite a lot of things for the community. And one thing I just wanna like highlight is that you are a great character, and you've also like being honest about some challenges in your life as well. We don't have to go into them now, but just to point out that I believe that this has really like shown example to other people, like the idea that the Finnish champion and the best battler we have can have some kind of challenges in life outside Pokemon Go as well. So like every one of us is only human, and like that doesn't have to mean anything, and doesn't have to dictate our life and who we are. So This is probably going to be the longest question I have ever tried to ask, and I'm not sure if this is leading into anything. But what's the role of Pokemon Go in your life currently?
Well, honestly, it's kind of big. At least like the Finnish local community knows that I did graduate from university the last spring, which I was happy about to finally graduate. But then due to lots of reasons, and one of them also COVID, I haven't been able to find a job yet, which has been kind of tough. But yeah, that's just kind of in a sense also given me maybe more time to do pogo stuff. Like I wouldn't say I've done that consciously more, but maybe I have. I'm not sure. But I do like to invest my time into kind of be the best that I can be in the PvP scene. So in that way, it does have a big role in my life currently. That's for sure.
Yeah, and what about the Pogo community, the Finnish community, and the international communities you are part of? So how big of a role does that play in your everyday life?
Yeah, I do like to communicate with the Finnish peeps in the like Finnish PvP people. I do like to communicate with them and spend time with them playing Pogo or doing the CDs and maybe playing some other games online with them and stuff like that. I do enjoy my free time that way as well with the community. So So yeah, in that way also it kind of how should I say influences my life, should I say, like the Pogo and the community in general.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel the same. It's a big part of I believe every battler, the community you are part of.
Yeah. And it's also fun nowadays that you quite often when I look at streams, for example, in Twitch, and they participate in the chat, a lot of people seem to recognize at least my nick. Like it sounds familiar to a lot of streamers and battlers out there. So it's kind of fun to also communicate with the international folks as well. I'm not that close to them as I am to the Finnish folks, which is kind of natural, I feel, as well. But they're also very, very nice and good people in the international scene as well, and who I do like to communicate with for sure.
Yeah, so all in all, kind of when I look at your story, like the last year of your life, I feel that you have accomplished quite a lot in the Pokemon Go scene. You have you're the reigning Finnish champion. You have this amazing win streak in the Finnish games. You have started your streaming career and joined the My PVP Academia group, and I feel like all of this has been the result of dedication and commitment, and like you said, persistence.
Yeah.
And that's like I know that many other your fellow battlers in Finnish scene have said that if someone from us deserves that, it's you, it's Tatti. So you have put so much into this, and you have given the community so much, and I think that's why everybody here are so happy to see this kind of paying off, and you starting to be if not a big name, at least some kind of name also internationally out there in the big world.
I do want to point out that it's not a coincidence that the people on top of whether it is national or whether it is international, whether it is Silph, GBL, whatever, on top of the rankings, it's not a coincidence that there are usually people that battle the most, study the most, and basically are the most dedicated ones. It's not a coincidence. Very much a cliche and a kind of a, I don't know, kind of boring thing to say, but if you wanna get really good at something, you really have to invest your time and your resources into it, like your mental resources, I mean, into it. Yeah.
That sounds extremely good, Tatti, and I'm happy to have had this interview with you. It's nice to hear from you as always.
Yeah.
And
it's been fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So many things already have sort of happened naturally or by coincidence. So who knows what the future has in store for Tatti.
Yeah.
But I'm happy, and we at PVP Finland are happy to share your story. I think it's worth telling, and I'm hoping to be able to be the one to tell the future chapters of this Tatti story as well.
Well, thank you. Looking forward to it.